Hello.
Hello there, and welcome to another podcast.
It's not real this time. It's not a real podcast. It's all fake. Everything's been ruined. We're pulling back the layers of reality as we speak. The Matrix is real. Wake up, sheeple. Yeah, this is a reshoot.
Are you going to welcome them to the podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome them to the podcast.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is a reshoot.
Welcome to the redo.
No, never do that ever again.
I can't go on without being welcomed.
So this is a reshoot. The first time we were live, and kind of wish you guys said something while we were live, because there were people jumping in here and there. But everything was breaking around us, and we did not realize it. Hell, we didn't even get a proper welcome to the podcast, yeah! Because it cut out!
Yeah, so we actually, we went live last night with this podcast.
He broke the video first.
And it wound up just being absolute crap because I guess it just kept buffering and it actually cut out so much of what we were saying.
Audio and jitters.
Yeah, the whole thing, like even the audio was just, everything was crap. So
this is going to be it's going to be a mini cast. And
probably
we're just going to go over everything that took place. Just for the headlines, because I want to get those out there since everyone probably knows already.
Yeah, for sure.
Fright Fest got rebranded to Hallowfest. We'll go more in depth on that. There's some stuff that went down with the meal plan in some of the parks, so we informed you on that. We also let you know about some stuff with Apple, and we also let you know, we had a bunch of random jump offs.
There were some random things.
But we also did some speculation. We'll probably not do that this time around. Just keep things short and neat and tidy. I'll start with the boring part of the news first, that being the Apple stuff for all you Apple users, since I'm already running my mouth. So pretty much, if you guys, and by the way, I framed this as gaming news because that's how it started. It is very big just for the Apple platform in general. The company Epic Games, the owners of Fortnite, wound up making a change that started the whole thing. That being in their game, they did a price reduction on the in-game currency called V-Bucks, and in doing so, they made it to where you still had to pay full price if you wanted to pay through the Apple Store. But if you wanted to pay through them, it was a 30% reduction, which was genius because that's the exact cut that Apple takes. So they actually wouldn't have been making any more money to begin with. And they are currently suing them and Google both for they're suing them under the allegation of being anti-competitive and having a monopoly on the App Store, etc., blah, blah, blah. Basically, the reason this is a big deal on the Apple end and not the Google end as much is because of the simple fact that if you own Apple products, it's a very gated device, or family of devices. Incredibly gated in. You can literally only go through their services. You pretty much have to jailbreak the phone just to sideload something. So in doing this, they are currently being backed, as far as the big names, Epic Games is currently being backed by Facebook, Spotify, Netflix, and I want to say it was Hulu, but probably not, and I'm not going to double check it because I'm too lazy. And but definitely those first three I mentioned, and those are some big names. This is a big deal for Microsoft and Facebook alike as well, because if Epic Games win this, it will send ripples that will be felt for quite some time, and possibly just nuke an entire platform, which I'd be grateful for, seeing as how applesauce is kind of good. Um, yeah, but they also did this in a very public way that might persuade the courts not to go quite in their favor, which is really funny, though. I mean, the guts on these guys. They basically, if you've ever seen Apple's 1984 commercial, they did like a shot-for-shot remake of that, and the whole premise of the commercial is like, oh, communists, and then, oh, Apple, like, here you go, here's your answer, technology, and we're going to pave the way. And they're like, hey, here's Apple, they're communists, and we're going to pave the way, defying the App Store monopoly. So that's pretty much all of that. And going into the minor news as far as Six Flags, I know this was a quick and kind of abrupt transition, but I'll get stuck on the Apple stuff all day if I don't stop now. The meal plan stuff, they basically made a simple change, or a very good change, but a simple change.
This was in Texas.
And maybe one or two other parks, as far as you mentioned.
I think it was just Texas.
But definitely Texas. If you guys go to that park, they basically set it up to where instead of, if you have the full dining plan, instead of your usually get these meals at these hours, blah, 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 you can spend your credits whenever you want. Just with, they have to be an hour separated from each other.
An hour and a half. The meals have to be an hour and a half separated. Okay, right.
9 hours.
The snack is still...
Yeah, snack is whenever. But the meals have to be separated by minimum hour and a half. Which I think they should do in all the parks.
Yeah, I'd like to see Great Adventure adapt.
Now, when we did adopt, not adapt. Anyway, so when we go into Fright Fest, they rebranded into Hallowfest. To give you a quick overview of this, when it comes to the scare actors, they must stay 6 feet away. They must...
Well, I was going to
read we don't... No, we're not going to read this time. You can pull up notes from that, but we're not going to read the whole thing.
No, I wasn't going to read the whole thing.
Okay, well, you're going to give me a headache.
So...
well, real quick, I'll give a brief overview. Scare actors this year, 6 feet apart, will be wearing masks. Not sure how that's going to work. We don't know anything about the fire pits yet, correct? And
well, that's for Holiday in the Park.
Yeah, Holiday in the Park. That's something we also mentioned, but there will also be something else that I can't remember.
So...
and Safari will be running longer, all the way up till Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that's down here further in the notes.
Well, just to, that's an
overview.
That's a side note.
So, let me give you the details about Hallowfest. I'm going to read just bits and pieces from the press release.
We'll be quick this time.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not going to read the whole press release, just the important stuff.
Like we did, yes.
Okay, so Hallowfest will kick off September 18th and run weekends through November 1st, plus October 12th, which is Columbus Day. And let's see, the park will operate from 2 to 10 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays, and from 5 p.m. with varying closing times on Friday evenings. So, whether that means they're, I don't know, is it going to be, 9 o'clock, or if it's like, okay, we're not that busy, we're just going to close at 8, or...
That having been said, what's the next piece of news?
So, Friday evenings, and of course you will need to make reservations.
And after this, there will be one final massive announcement, so stick around.
Okay, that didn't come up yet. Okay, so during the day, it'll be pretty much the same. They're still going to have the trick-or-treat trail for the little ones. There will be a hay bale maze for the little ones. Let's see. There will also be Halloween-themed specialty treats like gooey caramel apples and funnel cakes made with Snickers candy. available for purchase. I really, really hope that they have the Death by Chocolate funnel cake because that was so good. Okay, so beginning at 6 p.m., all haunted attractions will be available outdoors in the wide open midways. So, of course, there's still going to be the fog machines and the music and all of that stuff. Let's see. 3 haunted trails, 4 themed zones. So that gives me some hope that we've got 3 mazes, 3 of the outside mazes probably.
They did confirm no indoor mazes.
Yeah, it's coming up here. I just wanted to get to it. And they do say, what Dan already had said, that scare actors and all guests will be wearing masks. No indoor mazes, haunted houses, or indoor shows will be operated. Some haunted trails and scare zones will be operated outdoors with social distancing strictly enforced. I guess we'll see just how strict that really is when the time comes. A limited number of nighttime scare actors will remain at least 6 feet away from guests and each other. That makes me feel like there will be less scare actors this year. So, I mean, we'll have to see. I'm excited to check it out. And then they just talk about that they're still going to be doing the same cleaning measures and all of that. Okay, so Hallowfest reservations will be available online for members and season pass holders beginning September the 3rd at noon. And for day ticket holders beginning on September 4th at noon. So expect the site and the app and everything to crash. It will happen. It's going to crash.
Having been... Bow! Having... Just shoot me.
Dan can't talk very well.
That having been said, now that I can speak somewhat, pretty sure that covers all the Hallowfest stuff.
Yes, so
now
then
I know we're going kind of quick, guys, but 2 big things that we haven't mentioned because it'll slip our mind if we don't. Well, yeah, we already mentioned Drive-Thru Safari will be available until September 27th.
Daily through September 27th.
Daily, yes.
Then weekends through Thanksgiving and some select days. So I guess they'll throw a couple of holidays in there. Yeah.
Now, that having been said, hey, I got first to try that time. There's a secret menu on the mobile app. Where
I forgot.
Yes, I have not because I have a mind of steel.
Or something like that.
Yeah, so all you gotta do is, specifically for pork kebabs, all you gotta do is head over to Machos Nachos, hop on that mobile app,
okay.
And you're going down.
So here you go. Here's more information about the secret menu. Download the Six Flags app and look for your mobile-only secret menu items. Garden State Grill, Boardwalk Steak and Fries, Main Street Pub, and Macho Nacho all have specialty menu items exclusively for mobile orders only. So it looks like Jersey Tots can be found at Garden State Grill.
Big steak sandwich can be found at Boardwalk Steak and Fries.
Right. Buffalo chicken mac and cheese at Main Street Pub.
And
if you're craving bacon wrapped pork kebabs, head over to Macho Nacho. Woo! You know I want them. I need them.
Some things that we will throw in as far as opinion it goes are some things, the key things we said last night, like Macho's Nachos being the best place to eat in that whole park. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone loves Mexican, and if you don't, you're a freak of nature. Now that, real quick though, back to the Fright Fest stuff for just a second, because I do think we should throw in our 2 cents.
Sure.
Just real fast again, to overview what we did last night. She was cautiously optimistic. I fell in the category of, I guarantee people are going to be leaving the park feeling hollow, as the name would imply. However, I do think it was really smart rebranding.
Yeah, I think rebranding
but I don't
was
think the
a
scare
great
actors,
idea for this year.
I don't think the scare actors will get anyone, given that they have to stay 6 feet back and wear a mask. I think they should be exempt from that, if anything, as long as they choose to, of course. Don't, force anything on anyone. However, I think they should have the option. It would, at the very least, help, and I don't think they should have to deal with the 6 feet in any scenario. Especially given that that's the whole, that's where 9/10 of the, I'm trying not to say aroma, that's where 9/10 of the, the atmosphere comes from when it comes to Fright Fest. However, Six Flags hit me up for that creative direction, because you guys need to have some spears sticking out of people as if they just fell into a punji pit.
We were actually talking on the original podcast that we had to delete.
We had a lot of speculation
about how cool it would be to, especially down in the graveyard area where it's all behind fencing and stuff, where you could have people maybe, laying in a coffin, or you could just have people laying on the ground with like spears and stuff sticking out of them, like, and moaning and saying, "Help me," and, just that type of stuff. It'd be cool
to have someone in a cage, like right in the fountain area, instead of having the,
Yeah, because you could block that off to still be distant.
Well, instead of having the giant pumpkin king like they normally would, have someone in a cage. And then have like a whip master or something. There
could be really a lot of really cool stuff.
There's a lot of elaborate stuff they could do, but they will not.
They did not say it in the press release, but Dead Man's Party will not be operating.
Yes.
So even though that's essentially an open air theater, that's still not going to happen.
Because there are walls. Now that having been said, we're not closing out quite yet, so I'll save that for just a little bit longer, entice you guys a little bit further. By the way, don't forget, if you made it this far, to drop a subscribe. We are 4 subs away from 100. Yes. Tell all your friends. We need the subs. I will e-beg for those e-subs with the e-bell and the e-likes. Make sure you hit that dislike button and thumbs up.
Share our videos, too. Share our videos wherever you want.
As long as you enjoy them. Or if you enjoy making fun of them. Either way. I don't really care
we're cool with that. Whatever.
I tend to laugh at myself quite a bit. So anyway.
Well, let me give my 2 cents about
throw
Fright
in your
Fest.
2 cents.
So, not Fright Fest. Oh my gosh, I called it Fright Fest. Oh! I like the idea that they changed the name to Hallowfest for this year, because it's not going to be the Fright Fest that we know and love. They should have
renamed it to Rona Fest. Right. Anyway.
Yeah. So rebranding it for this year was really, really smart. I'm excited to see how the scare actors handle it. I'm excited to see what the scare zones look like and what these trails are going to look like. Now they're calling them trails instead of mazes. So, I'm very anxious to see. And for those of you that watch us that are scare actors, I have faith in you completely.
Yes. And that is actually one other thing I was going to throw in there.
And we love you guys. Absolutely love you guys.
We know some of you guys do watch. I know some of you guys do watch. All my hardships with Fright Fest in general aren't typically with you guys. You do great. You do the best with what you got. You're good. You're incredible. But I don't think anyone can do anything great with what you guys are being tossed. Should you do something great with it, that's more on you, less on Six Flags. So I still say screw Six Flags.
But I think that you'll be the first to admit if it's like, okay, yeah, that was good.
I will be the first to admit, and I already said in the last podcast, I guess I should recap that. Sure. I will wait for my final judgment until I actually see what's going on for myself. But I do not see the atmosphere returning. I do not see the scare actors being able to do incredible things like they normally can with what they're being given. And quite frankly, it's Six Flags, so I have very little faith. But that having been said, I will reserve final judgment till that day. So just wait.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good.
And actually, yeah, I guess I should go a little bit harder because we did just post an unboxing video.
No, it wasn't posted yet.
It wasn't posted.
We recorded it.
Okay, well, I should still go my normal harsh way that I did in the previous podcast because that gives a little context to what I was saying in that video, I suppose. Where if you know me at all, I tend to be labeled as the cynic, and I'm the realist, though. And the way I, related this in the podcast then, which probably was inaudible, when it comes to experiences, as far as the way we rate things, she tends to be the experience by experience person, tends to enjoy them for what they are, which
I definitely do.
Is okay. But when it comes to me, I am much more consumer-esque. I want what I can get from what I know people can achieve. So I definitely rate things a little more on the harsher side, but definitely sets expectations for, I would assume, most people compared to a super upbeat, constantly kind of vibe. As far as expectations are concerned. That having been said, this is when we ramped off into all the Star Wars talk, and this, I'm going to do the same thing I did then.
Oh my gosh.
Just to, we got time to play with.
Okay.
And just to really push the previous podcast back to its potential. But no, for prime example of what I was just talking about, though, when it came to the Star Wars franchise, she didn't look at the new trilogy as a continuation of the previous 6 movies. And quite frankly, she doesn't look at the...
No, I did.
Well, you did, but as far as enjoying them, you didn't. You definitely looked at them as individuals.
Well, yeah, I didn't base my enjoyment of, like, the last movie based on the movie prior to it. I didn't do that. Exactly. I take them as individual movies, and then, I say, yeah, I enjoy that that series as a whole, that franchise as a whole.
And just to be clear, she probably wouldn't have debated that had it taken as much time to explain it had it last night. But also, like again, prime example with the Star Wars franchise, the newest movie, she did not relate it to her or to the previous movie in the line when it came to her rating of it. And that's just downright wrong with a franchise like Star Wars. Especially when you have half the universe not explored. That's not even an exaggeration. Look it up. They've explicitly, good job, left half of the universe completely untouched. And there's canonical reasons for that, blah, 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 blah.
It's no big deal. We've got Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. It's fine.
No, hey, don't get... If you want to sponsor us, please do. Bounty, blah, blah, blah. Don't give them free promotion.
Anyway.
But yeah, stupid bears. Anyway, that's Charmin.
Yeah, it totally is.
That's not Bounty at all.
So do we... Okay, so, basically, you're not expecting anything great from Hallowfest.
Oh, and actually, to quote me from the podcast, because this is kind of an important quote, I have a feeling I'm going to see it and would have preferred that they not have done it at all. Yeah,
you did say that. You absolutely did say that.
I'm sticking to that. Should they, at the very least, surprise me in some way? And I don't mean like if they brought back a snack that I wasn't expecting.
Okay, now,
just before anyone sees my, I wasn't expecting that food item. All right, I'm fat. All right, let it go. That having been said, if they actually surprise me with something decent, on a level I wasn't expecting, I will be the first one to say something.
Okay, now here's the thing.
Ooh, Jello.
You're not going to Jello.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Good job, Six Flags. All right.
So,
oh boy.
oh my gosh. Do you guys like Jello? Comment down
What's
below.
your favorite flavor?
Okay, so, but, okay, here, our plan is to try to get a reservation for the 18th, for the very first night. And then after that, probably once a weekend, and we'll vary up the days. So
Maybe we'll do a meet and greet at Six Flags one day.
My question to you is,
yes,
will you reserve judgment until you've seen it, say, opening night
and Saturday, one other night?
A Saturday night.
I will not reserve initial judgment.
Okay.
My initial judgment will be first night, 100%.
Okay, because I think that you have to.
But I will reserve final judgment till one trip after the first night.
Okay. Which will probably be a Saturday because we have to do a Saturday. Yes. And then honestly, I think like you almost have to go one night like closer to Halloween, like another Saturday.
Yeah, but that won't change my judgment.
Okay.
Or I can tell you that already. However, that having been said, if like I said, stay tuned. If they surprise me, I'll own up to it.
Yeah.
But
okay, so
I don't expect to be.
So with all the Hallowfest stuff out there, it's pretty clear that for Holiday in the Park, there will not be indoor shows.
Honestly, Holiday in the Park should not be impacted by this at all.
Except for you have the indoor show.
There should be no massive impact. And quite frankly, they shut down half the parking.
Right. Well, the fire pits, I think maybe if they added a bunch more to keep distancing.
Like I said, though, there's a good chance they might take them out entirely. A, for distancing, and B, because the Rona dies in chilled weather. If it's even still around while they're doing Holiday and Fest, because I personally don't think it will be.
Yeah, I mean,
it's on its way out right now anyway.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say what Holiday in the Park will look like. There probably will not be characters unless they do some type of distance meet and greet. Because they do have they have like princesses out and stuff.
They have 2 meet and greets, I think.
I think there's 3. Because you have Poinsettia Princess. No, there's 4.
That having been said, though, I am completely against that. So
against having them out altogether?
No, against the distance.
The distance meet and greet. Okay.
I'm completely against that. If they can't do a legitimate meet and greet, don't do it.
So I mean, do you think? I mean, I think because there were no characters during the summer.
By the way,
there were no characters out at all.
For full disclosure, this is by far the most productive version of this we've done. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, because they haven't had characters out, so I'm pretty sure that
I don't think
the princesses and the characters that they're going to kill that.
Yeah. And
kill the characters.
That having been said,
not the actual people, just the whatever.
Either way works for me.
Well, video killed the radio star.
Either way works for me. I'll hire an assassin. I mean, I will not do such things. FBI, please don't put me on a list. No, but
did Video get arrested for killing the radio star?
No, it was completely legal and sanctioned by both the U.S. president and the Russians. But back to you, Colin.
I thought it was just sanctioned by MTV, and that was it.
Back to you, Colin.
Okay, so yeah, I mean,
are you gonna call me Ryan?
No, I will not.
Santa.
The Santa meet and greet, that's done. That's it. Santa is...
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Santa, no more Santa. No.
Fat man's taking up too much room in the holiday space.
So, yeah, I think Holiday in the Park will definitely look a little different, but not vastly different. It doesn't get crowded like Fright Fest does, and in this case, Hallowfest. So, anyway, I am excited to check out Hallowfest. I think it's going to be very interesting. It'll be a new experience.
This may be
We're going to bring you guys with us, of course. There will be a vlog.
This may be the middle. This may be the end of the podcast. But regardless, I'm going to mention this now. If we get the last 4 subs, we need to hit 100 subs before the end of September. I will take on the Jello Gallon Challenge and consume an entire gallon of Jello.
Different flavors or the same flavor?
We have to make it all in one container.
We could mix flavors. It could be fun.
You're a sociopath. So, we are going to... Solo, will be taking on the the Jello Gallon Challenge.
Right.
If you guys get us to 100 subs before the end of September...
Okay, he's so strange. So, guys, hopefully...
Unacceptable conditions!
So, hopefully we will get the internet stuff figured out so it's not jumping around. Because we do want to do the podcasts live. And we didn't have a problem up until last night. So, we're trying to figure that all out. And maybe we'll do a test live right before...
Whoa. Hold on. It's coming out. It's happening. I can't control... Oh, hi.
Are you being dumb?
Hiya, pal.
Please stop. Stop it.
How are you doing?
So...
Oh, boy.
So we will probably do a... before the next live podcast, we'll probably do a test run live just to see how things are working. We're going to try to get that figured out so that we can do our podcast live because we do enjoy doing them live.
I own this podcast.
If not, then they'll just be recorded. I mean, what are we going to do? So we'll do the best we can to get that fixed up.
We'll do whatever we can to fix it.
Yeah.
But, there's only so much we can do. And it's not before anyone says anything, we have good internet speeds.
Yeah.
We just don't feel like receiving them. We actually requested that we pay for the max package and only receive 30%. Less than. So.
Well, and we did have an outage a couple of weeks ago due to a storm. And we think maybe something happened to the modem at that point. So
if you can't tell, I just have issues with many big brands.
Yeah,
anyway.
We're gonna so we've done a couple of things restarting it and things like that, and we're just gonna see. We're gonna have to do a test run and just see if it's fixed or not. And if not, then we'll deal with it and we'll get back to you guys live as soon as we can.
But regardless, there should be an unboxing on the channel very soon, and there should be another one yet to come, maybe within a month, maybe not, who knows.
And we have we also have a Six Flags vlog coming out this weekend. We were there on Wednesday, so watch for that.
And we don't really mention this that often, but we should. If you guys see us, don't feel afraid to say hi. Words are hard.
You really can't talk tonight.
I swear it's the camera.
Yeah, if you see us in the park or anywhere else that we might
feel free to stop us.
Say hello.
We've
no problem.
Favorite story is one of the scare actors said something in the middle of working
in Wicked Woods.
Shout
out to Wicked Woods. You guys really did an awesome job last season.
Yeah. And
I got to
stuff
shout
like
out.
That's awesome.
And I got to shout out. I really just want to shout out all the mazes, but I've got to shout out Bloodshed and Aftermath.
That's all the mazes.
Those
Cell Block 6.
Those are our favorites. But I have to shout out Aftermath because John got the crap scared out of him in Aftermath, and it was awesome. I gotta drink some more. And Bloodshed always scares the bejesus out of me. So you guys are freaking awesome. And Wicked Woods, you guys did such a good job last year. Like,
Your real challenge is to try and get to me.
I definitely had some good scares in Wicked Woods last year for sure. So, yeah, and that's where our first our first viewer shouted us out right in the maze, and we were shocked. Like,
Yeah, we got right. I was the last one to go through the little tunnel that he was sitting next to, and right as my shoulder passed him, he just goes, "I know you guys from YouTube."
Yeah,
and this one lost her freaking mind. So,
well, not all like that, but I'm like, I was a little stunned. I'm like, are you serious? Like, really? It was so cool because I never expect to run into somebody that says, "Hey, I watch your channel." I never expect that ever.
Yeah.
Like, I just film because I enjoy filming and, making memories and sharing it with you guys, and maybe helping you plan a day trip out to the park or a day trip out to the zoo or wherever it is that we happen to be.
And hey, if you guys help the channel grow, it only helps you because then you guys have more people to talk to within the community. Yeah. We have a nice little community here.
Absolutely.
That having been said, I'm going to do a little shameless plug, and I have my own channel, which if you're on the channel page for Spencer's Ventures, you'll see the little featured channels tab, and that's me. I haven't posted in a while because I haven't physically been able to. I blame internet. So
yeah, we are definitely having some internet issues, but we're gonna get it fixed, and we're gonna be back with you guys live, and we're still gonna produce our vlogs, and if we have to continue to do the podcast, pre-recorded, then we'll do that if we have to. So eventually, we're gonna get it all figured out. It's gonna be cool. We're gonna be fine.
Yes.
So I think, did you have anything else to add? I think we covered everything.
Just a quick reminder, there are also things to look out for in the future, such as Hatsune Miku coming in like the April-May-ish region area, kind of.
Yeah, but we've got some stuff coming way before that.
Oh, yeah. And hey, should we announce the massive trip we're taking?
I don't think yet.
Well, there's a teaser. We got massive trip coming up, and then the bit of vlogged.
Just because we still have a few months, and
that's right. That's right. Maybe
so,
mention it. The end of November, beginning of December.
Maybe something like that. Yeah.
I definitely say give them a month set up because they'll want to clear their schedule for all of those glorious videos.
Oh my gosh!
They're not quite as godlike as these arms.
And we're hoping to get to do some other things in the fall, like maybe heading back out to the zoo, Franklin Institute, things like that.
We were so good at the beginning of this, and then we just fell apart. So that having been said, I don't think there are any other announcements. As a quick wrap up, you got Hallowfest, you got the Apple stuff. You definitely have the Texas park changing meal plan. You've got the slight speculation and our expectations at that.
And the safari staying open daily through September 27th, and then on weekends through Thanksgiving and some select other days.
Correct. We are currently 4 subs away from 100. If you guys help us hit that goal before the end of September, not before September, before the end of September, I will take on the Jello Gallon Challenge, which is a relatively new creation that definitely will not get any traction until after we do it, I hope, maybe. And so I will consume a gallon of Jello if you guys get us to 100 subs. I'll up the ante a little bit. If you guys get us to 150, which I know sounds astronomical, but if every last one of you shares it to one friend and they sub, and they share it to one friend and they sub, we'll hit it in no time. If we get to 150 before the end of September and double my expectations, I'll do 2 gallons.
Oh boy, that's a lot of Jello.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so with all
and
that...
Mickey wanted to say bye.
With all of that being said, please subscribe, comment, leave us some comments, talk to us a little bit, share our videos, and hit that notification bell.
Oh no, Mickey's coming to steal the channel.
So that you can get notified when we upload, and when we are able to go live again, you'll also get a notification for that. And that's
make sure you slap the dislike button and comment and stuff.
So whatever, like, dislike, whichever. So guys, with all that being said,
joke's on you when you dislike. We still get put through the algorithm.
That
suckers.
is going to wrap up another episode of the Spencer's Adventures podcast.
This was supposed to be a mini cast, but it's not so mini anymore. I think you venturers will enjoy it, though.
Yes, I think so too.
I almost started the ending horribly wrong. Outro.
We are Spencer's Adventures. We'll see you in the next podcast and the next videos. We're out of here. Bye. Bye.